You should have more respect for your father.
Respect him? I'm Sith. I don't respect what I can just as easily kill.
Greetings, my friends, from the future. This is episode 7 of the Good Togruta Assassin playthrough, and I said future because this is the very first episode in the very first game or anything I'm ever doing on the brand new Windows 10. I've upgraded yesterday. Well, actually, yes, it was yesterday, but it took me so many hours to put back in all the software that I'm using, and still some of the specific software for streaming is not tuned in and settled, which means my plans for the weekend stream may be postponed. Yesterday I've released a very good video. Well, I liked it myself, and I'm very glad to share that all of you so far have liked it. In one day, in what was it, 10 hours actually, it already has about 1,000 views, and that's a good stat for me. Back on the story. Don't tell me this again, thank you. We are on Balmorra. And wow, the severe clipping that you are seeing here, wow, it's ridiculous. Do you see it? I hope it's not visible on the screen. Alright, let's keep moving on.
There's something of great value in one of the hazard vaults. The one that was blown open. I heard you could help.
Bessaker is our target. That's him.
And an alien at that. It's a real pleasure. I have a son on Korriban, you know. It's a tough war you're walking into. We're fixing blasters with adhesive tape. But we'll help you any way we can. Now, let's see. A blown open vault. Captain, do we still have those pumps?
Sir, if this is the vault I think it is, it won't be that easy. The fumes alone have put Meng in the medical center.
Do we have anything else we can work with?
We need some way to make this pit less deadly. Tell me, Captain, is there nothing that can survive the toxic waste?
Well, nothing grows there, sir. But there are the colicoids.
Colicoids? What do those bugs want with toxic waste?
Food, sir. Our surveillance satellites have recorded them feeding on the toxic waste. We suspect they've been designed to eat it.
So, how do I become a colicoid?
Sir?
No, Captain. She's right. To get to the bottom of that pit, she'll need to become like the colicoids. There must be a way for you to take on the colicoids' resistance, so you can enter the vault. Captain, where were these creatures created?
Well, I can't say for sure, but there's a research lab not far from here that was overrun with colicoids as soon as the Balmorrans abandoned it. But the colicoids are vicious creatures. Just one of them tore apart a whole squad.
I can't afford to make excuses. I need the information in that lab.
I'm sorry, Sith. We don't have the numbers to deal with these things. But if you can get into that lab, we'll get you into that toxic pit.
Sir, even if we find out what causes this resistance, we don't have the...
We'll worry about that later. Right now, our Sith friend has to get into that lab and find out what the Balmorrans did to those creatures.
Of course, send the Sith alone. She doesn't mind. 30,000 for just talking to Major Bessaker. Oh, and we have a lore update for him, a proud Imperial officer who rose to notoriety during the Sith's return to the galaxy. Because I've reinstalled the game a few hours ago, I got to watch the cinematics again. That lovely cinematics from about 4 years ago. They are still beautiful. They still look fantastic. Go to the Recovers Vault. You know, it's better maybe if I hide the Nar Shaddaa call for now. Wait, I've hidden the wrong one. Level 16 is my quest. This is the reason why I've decided not to upgrade, to make the gameplay a little bit more interesting and not to roll over everything that stumbles upon me. So I'm still using my level 13 gear. On the topic of Windows upgrade, if you're watching the video on time and not 16 months later, so you don't care about the latest results for Windows 10 because you've already tried it, probably. Right, so it is very slick, very clear, very simple, very different. My suggestion: upgrade your current one and clean install it fresh. It's a totally different experience when you install it fresh. A lot of things are changed, especially if you choose from the upgrade to keep your settings. When you clean install it, you will see something different. Another thing, the new application that pretends to be the killer of every other browser called Edge is really good. It's simple, it's clean, works fine. Unfortunately, if it wants to be a pretender or a contender or whatever else, Microsoft will need to come up with the plugins and extensions and everything else. Interesting, there was that annoying tearing in the screen during the cutscene when I started it, but now there is absolutely nothing. My VSync is set to adaptive, so it should be working perfectly. And just like always, I have no clue how to reach those, so I'm doing the jump stuff. And I'm usually not too bad with jumping around Balmora because I have almost remembered which one is where and how to reach it. But the main goal, remember, is becoming a colicoid. Because what could be more fun than being a vicious monster? There it is, my green door. I have made my decisions, at least for now. I will remain playing with the tank, and what a better tank than Kem Vao. I don't understand what he says, and I've hidden the chat bar, so this could be an issue. He doesn't say too many things though, so that's kind of a relief. One more level, and there's gonna be something very, very special happening to my character. You know that there is a very special upgrade happening at level 20. Remember? If you don't know or don't remember, that's the one. But we'll talk about it in a moment, won't we? When I reach level 20. The game under Windows 10 performs exactly the same. Maybe just a tad better, but it's almost not noticeable. And probably, as you have already noticed, I still experience some weird issues double clicking for the area abilities. I double click, but it doesn't perform it. Maybe I have to tweak furthermore the upcoming skill queue from the in-game settings. We'll see. That's my personal issue. You shouldn't be worried about it, and I shouldn't bother you with it. Let's talk about Raise. It's a passive boost that makes melee attacks that strike a target affected by your lightning charge, discharge effect, finish the cooldown on Crushing Darkness and Demolish, and make your new Crushing Darkness or Demolish activate instantly and consume no force. This effect can happen only once every 9 seconds. So once you apply this long dot for my charge, because I'm using the lightning charge, and you'll see that it deals, in my case with my gear, 676 energy damage for 18 seconds. But the important thing is when I apply it, my melee attacks have a chance to reset Crushing Darkness. Crushing Darkness is one of my best damaging abilities until level 57, when it will be replaced by Demolish. And the tooltip says the same, shares a cooldown with Crushing Darkness. Crushing Darkness otherwise for this pack is very unuseful because it takes 40% of my force, or actually 40 points force. It has a relatively long cooldown, 15 seconds, so you can't claim it as an awesome DPS ability. 15 seconds is far too long for leveling at least. It has a good range, 10 meters makes it more than melee. Really does good damage, and unfortunately it has a 2-second channeling activation timer. So all of these things will be nullified when it procs, and it's important to watch for the proc icon. I've said far too many things for something I don't even have yet. Who's Team 5? Where are the other 4? Okay, casualties. This would have been so much more binding if it was voicemail, for example, and not a written text. It's more fun. It is still a log, but instead of written log, it could have been an audio message recorded, and an actor would be reading it to us. It's not like they were saving Or at least maybe open a big window in front of on my screen and let me read the whole message, not like 2 rows at a time. Could it be a bug? Maybe there was a voiceover, but I didn't hear it because it's bugged at the moment. I don't remember the previous time I've played through the class story, because nobody can remember every single detail. So check it out. In the most laggy section of Balmora, at least in my personal experience, my FPS dropped to 50. Otherwise it was a stable 100. Right, return to Major Beskar. I guess that would be the shortest and easiest way to do that. Yay! It really was. Thank God for having no cooldown on the teleport ability. I keep forgetting its name. Quick travel. So simple. It's not even an ability.
Major, if we don't get those supply vehicles...
My men are working on it, sir, but until that shipment of plasteel I requested 3 months ago comes in...
I don't care! Tear it off the walls if you have to!
Is there anything wrong?
Don't worry about the Colonel. He's loud and impatient, but we all are these days. What with the supply shortage. Now, did you manage to find anything out of the lab? Captain Ilon and I have been doing our own research, but we haven't discovered much.
Let's just say I wouldn't want to live there.
Have a look at this, Captain. I can't make head or tail of it.
This confirms our suspicions. The collocoids were being mutated to clean up the waste, and it looks like the chemical mutagen they were using could theoretically work.
Well, that's it. That's our solution, right? We just replicate this
That's it.
chemical mutagen.
Well, what a happy guy.
Sir, there's a problem. Our chief scientist defected to the Republic a few months back. We can't begin to replicate, let alone test the serum without him.
I guess we need to undefect him.
Undefect indeed. You certainly have a way with words, Sith.
The scientist's name is Yanis Tirek, and he's still on Balmora, in a Republic research base out near the Toxic Lakes.
All right, Sith. It looks like you have your next objective. You find this scientist,
Go and take him out.
You subdue him, my men will bring him back, and we'll get you your chance to swim in toxic waste.
The Republic's going to taste blood tonight.
Oh, and Sith, hurry back.
Hey, I was supposed to be
I
good,
just got
remember?
word that my son passed his trials on Korriban, and is on his way to Balmora. I don't want you to miss him.
Me too. Yay for level 20. The passive is already here. Now I have to start paying attention for my icon. And start applying the dot first. Mass mind control, what the hell are you? Forces all... Oh, that's the area taunt. Mind trap. Traps the target's mind, leaving it bewildered and unable to act for 60 seconds. This is the long stun, which I believe I'm supposed to have here. Well, usually my long stun is here. Let's check it out again. Damage will break the effect permanently, just like with every other similar ability. This ability is only usable in stealth mode and cannot be used against the target in combat, so stun before you open the fight. Only one target can be incapacitated at any given time, cannot be used on droids, because only Jedi Knights and Sith Warriors can stun droids. Right? I don't remember any other class being capable of doing that. Find Janos. Let's find him, extract him, and bring him back to do his job. Once again, this is the ability we've got passively at level 20, and
At your service, my lord.
it's all about testing it now.
Route is confirmed.
I loved that all of the major points for traveling are available from the very beginning on all planets, not just here. On all planets you can move around freely. And you can teleport freely, that's just a heaven for subscribers. I'm supposed to talk during the traveling, you know, to fill in the gaps of silence and not doing anything. But I've just run out of things to talk about. Weird. And just passing next to this thing would bind it to you, so you can forever, new discovery, Markran Imperial Outpost. You can forever bind it and teleport to it. Exit, exit. You know, I had to do all of my settings for the game manually from scratch. I just opened the default game, used whatever was recommended. It was Ultra, everything set on Ultra from NVIDIA Experience. And from there on, I've started tweaking my sound options, my appearance options, my control options, and absolutely everything else. Not the keybinds, but there are many other control options and gameplay options that needs tweaking. Find the anesthetic. Alright. Why do I have that little window displayed? Go away, you don't need to be here now.
Well, well.
Whoop.
I should
Hey,
have
Janos.
known Beskar wouldn't let me go without a fight. But sending a Sith seems a bit like overkill. Are you here to kill me, or are you going to torture me first?
You don't look like a rebel.
Come peacefully, and no one gets hurt.
I risked my life to defect to the Republic. You think you can scare me into returning? There are fates worse than death, and being an Imperial scientist is one of them.
Don't you think you're being a little dramatic?
I won't go back to that place. You don't know what it's like. We're not expected to be men. We're machines, slaving day in and day out. No intellectual freedom, no creativity. I'm tired of building killing machines. I want to do some good for humanity. I can't go back there.
I can promise you, I'm not trying to build a killing machine.
I know
I
better
am.
than to believe the promises of a Sith. You'll have to kill me. I'll never return to the Empire willingly.
Do this one thing for me, and I promise to get you back to
That's
the
one
Republic.
thing I forgot.
You're serious, aren't
Show
you?
the light side and dark side
What kind of a
options
Sith
in
are
the
you anyway?
dialogues.
Okay, I'll go.
I'm a
But I'm
weird
holding
kind
to
of
your
Sith, dude.
promise. I can't be away from my research here for long. We're working on a new field medical technology.
This is the
Nothing
candidate
special,
for the
not even
opening
classified.
cutscene
Here,
when I edit
you
the
should
video.
try one of these.
This was a weird animation. I don't like it when they die like that, as if they've been hit by something
Sith,
very hard,
Major
but they've
Beskar
stumbled
sent
to
us
a
enough
wall
you to
behind
collect
them.
the scientist.
Take him, but don't hurt him.
Of course. We'll see you back at Sobrik.
That was a quick mission, wasn't it? Now forgive me this little distraction, but as soon as my screen wakes up, I have to adjust this, whatever the hell it was. Controls, user interface, probably here. That's the one. Quick and easy. Anything else I might need? No. Oh, cooldown text, what the hell? That's important to have, damn it. And I forgot it. What do you want, Beskar?
Sith, I'm sorry to interrupt you. I'm sure you're very busy. Congratulations, by the way. I heard that you found our scientist. We'll whip up that serum and get you into that toxic waste pit in no time. But there's a problem, and I need your help.
I'd be happy to help any way I can.
It's my son. He arrived shortly after you left for the research facility, but then he went after some holocron, he called it. A few minutes ago, I got what I think was a distress call from him. He's in trouble.
He can handle himself.
Look, I didn't want to have to do this, but it sounds like I have no choice. This is my son we're talking about, and if you want your serum, you'll save him.
Oh, lovely, he's blackmailing the Sith now.
If you put it that way.
I'm sorry it had to
And
come
I've
to this.
given up.
I like
Even
you,
more
I
weird.
really do. We narrowed the origin of the distress call to an abandoned building near the Republic crater outpost. I'm guessing the Republic's captured him, which means a lot of fighting to free him. Good luck.
So, be honest, how many of you did you or would have done the same options and choices in this particular cutscene and dialogues? Nobody. being blackmailed and giving up on the blackmail. What do we get? What do we get? Electro Cuts buff and Overload buff. I love Overload. Let's see. Oh, that was the one. What's the next ability? 24 at 26 we get something awesome, of course. Every class gets something very important at level 26. It's one of the main DPS or healing, depending on the class abilities. Or maybe tank boost. So at 24, this one is going to reduce damage taken from all the dots. And in addition, Mass Mind control increase the damage reduction by 30% for 6. Okay, not very important boost for leveling at least. Right, search for this guy. Where are we going? Doesn't say. Oh, there. How can I map there? I want to try that one. I'm not sure if it's gonna be a good idea, but I have a free map anyway. I can do that whenever I please. And now let's see, I foresee jumping down. Is there? Or maybe not. Oh yes, there's gonna be jumping. I hate it when the map is closed. I believe that's the right way. Let's check it out. Woohoo! I found it. Level 18 monsters. They're getting closer to me. I definitely should probably stop using the experience boost stims. And this one is a major, so I've had it for 1.5 hours and I'll still have it. Oh, that's a guy leveling with the pilot suit. The one I used on Skorks, I believe, when I was doing Ziost on PTS. Everybody hated it. Remember, guys? Those of you at least who visited the live streams. Oh, is that the same one, or is this a different guy with the same weapon? Outpost Victory, because why not? The Sith love victory. There is it. My little entrance. Where are you, stupid son? I need a stronger target if I want to test the damn new buff. It's not so easy playing with the level 13 gear, isn't it? Cleave. Why is this deactivated? It's probably because it's an AoE. Dashes to the target, increasing movement. I like that. He should have it. And Cleave strikes the target for weapon damage and up to 2 nearby targets. Oh yes, it's an AoE, that's why it's disabled by default. All of your AoE companion skills are by default disabled. Did you know that? Of course. I forgot about the highlighting system in the game now. Wow, it's so much more easier than before to spot when my ability is free. Because of the highlight. I don't even need to watch for the icon here. Hello.
The old man sent you for me, didn't he?
Mm-hmm.
He must have gotten my distress signal. I guess he's good for something. He kept talking about some Sith he was working with. He didn't mention you were a filthy alien.
The sooner we get this done, the better.
I'm just glad I don't have to take orders from the old man. Now,
why is he such a racist?
Your father said you were after a very special item.
Figures he'd go blabbing about it. But I guess the damage is done. My master sent me here for a holocron the Republic dug up someplace or other. I got the holocron, now all I have to do is get out of this place.
Oh, damn it. I have to be
Let's
good.
get out of here while the way is clear.
Looks like you and my old man are one of a kind. Both weak. I'll be sure to tell him what you did for me. Maybe he'll reward you.
I think he will.
You should have more respect for your father.
Respect him? I'm Sith. I don't respect what I can just as easily kill.
Oh, dude, you're so mistaken. What? Oh, that's a dot from before. I return to Beskar again. Let's see what reward he's got for me. If any.
Hey!
Hi, Bessie.
If it isn't the hero of the hour. I just heard from my son. I knew you wouldn't fail me. I was hoping he'd come back to base so we could catch up, but he said he was busy. Do you think he's okay?
He's just enjoying his independence.
Boys will be boys, eh? You're probably right. He just needs some space. But you're not interested in any of this family stuff, I bet. You're here for your serum.
You've been a great help. The least I can do is listen.
No, you've been enough help already, my lord. Dr. Turek will fix you up with the serum and explain what we know about it.
My companion really hates me. Speak to Janus again. Let's go do that. What? Oh, he's in. There you are. Why am I so blind?
So let me get this straight. You kidnapped me away from the Republic so that you could go skinny dipping in a toxic waste pit?
A Sith's got to find some way to unwind.
You're aware that this serum has never been tested on humans, right? I mean, it should work, but it was designed for collocoids.
I'm not a human. I think that's an advantage. Not being a human gives me priority.
You let me worry about that.
Look, I'm just trying to warn you. This serum could kill you before you even begin. And it might not be the most comfortable of deaths.
Thank you for warning me.
All right. Well, I warned you. I can't expect to change a Sith's mind.
Chem must be on minus affection already.
This vial contains enough of the serum for about 5 doses, but I'd use it sparingly. You'll have to fight through the main Republic base to get to the vault, but that's the least of your worries. The collocoids around the vault are the real concern.
Enough of your warnings already.
Good riddance to you, Sith. Hope whatever you're after is worth it.
Look at that. 80,000 experience points. And my companion lost, only 28. That's not so bad. But the good news is I'm already level 22. Wow. 3 levels in just under half an hour. Not so bad. Let's see the rewards. For slow. Okay. Thank you. Not exactly useful. Wow. For my level, but look at that. 3 brand new abilities for my level. What do we have now? Blackout increases your stealth level by 15 for 8 seconds. Only usable in stealth mode. This is useful indeed, especially when I'm walking around higher level enemies or in PvP. Force Cloak uses the Force to vanish. There we go. Force Cloak is my Force Camouflage. Like this. And where exactly do I... Yeah, I believe F2 is my default key for the blackout. Only usable in stealth mode. It just basically boosts my stealth. So travel to the vault it is. Shall we? Let's do it. No, let's do it. Let's leave that fun part for the next video. I'm gonna stop episode 7 right here and continue on Balmora with the next one. We have already done enough, and I don't want to finish it all with just one episode. And we know that this is actually the last quest. Right, so thank you guys for visiting me. Thank you for enjoying episode 7. I will be glad if you leave me your comments and your thoughts. Let me know how you did the story decisions in this one. Which is your favorite companion is an important question I should have probably asked earlier, because many people would not reach the end of the video for many different reasons. I know that's a trend on YouTube. It's not just this video or that video, it's always happening. Don't forget to check out the other videos in the series, and definitely watch my top 5 reasons to play or stay or return for Knights of the Fallen Empire. This video is very important to me and you because I enjoyed working on it, and I definitely want to see your opinion. It is important to me to know what kind of things the people enjoying my videos are interested in. Thank you, bye bye, see you next time. Remember, you can find me also on Twitch, Twitter and Facebook. For my non-Star Wars activities, I invite you to subscribe to my second YouTube channel.